Hi, beautiful Virgo. Welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. Virgo, this is your monthly read for November, and we're going to start with an undercurrent energy that is going on there for you through the entire month of November. And then we're going to get all the cards on a table to really get into the message for you. What do we have for Virgo? My Virgo Nation. Welcome, everybody. My Virgo Nation. What do we have for Virgo for the month of November? And the entire month of November is a portal month. We have the eclipse season. There's a lot of changes going on. I, however, feel like the month of November is really welcomed compared to what September and definitely October brought to the table. October was a handful, I feel, when it came to energy and just stirring up things. Virgo, what is going on for them, please? Something is very neat and organized, just like Virgo. Very structured and planned. We want the right thing. We have gratitude, the gratitude card, and I just love this image, everything about it. This has a Pisces connection. So Virgo, if you have Pisces in your chart, if you're dealing with the Pisces right now, I haven't done the Pisces reading just yet. So, but later on, if you want to check out the Pisces reading, please do. Otherwise, it can just be talking to you who have both Virgo and Pisces in your chart. Gratitude card. This is very much about like creating. Do you see the light in this woman's hands? And it's like the chariot. It's not a cherry on top. It's the chariot on top. Do you see the horses? The horses are like around the fingertips. And then we have a man or whatever, woman, further back on the light. It's like success, moving it forward. So I just feel like you have it in your own hands. And this is sort of similar to Leo. Let's see where this reading goes. But we started out with a lot of fire in the hands. Like take matters in your own hands. Take action moving forward in your own hands. Like don't sit around waiting for someone else or wait for things to, you know. Obviously, if you feel inspired, we don't have to push anything that is not there to push. Then it gets really, really tough. But when something's there, to really act on it, to really put things into motion, okay? And then there's a lot about like imagination, like it's like you're seeing it in the palm of your hands. It's like whether you're dreaming up your future, you're dreaming about your future relationship, you're dreaming about how things are going to turn out for you in your career or in your business or in your friendships or like whatever this is, in your finances, for your body. It's like you're asking for it. It's like you're having it in the palm of your hands and you're asking for this shift, like you're imagining how things are going to be. And feeling grateful for what you already have is definitely going to speed that momentum up a lot. We have a huge seashell in the back here, huge seashell. Like everything is happening within this seashell. And the seashell to me represents listening, paying attention, putting your ear to the ground and like really, really listening to what's going on and follow that intuition, follow that listening. And what it's telling you, follow that guidance, okay? This is underneath everything. So let's see, what is there for Virgo, please, for the month of November. It's a fork in the road, number 13, that talks about transformation. We have huge transformation for Leo. Just talking about the fire in the hands and the similarities there. So the 13 is a transformation just as we had a transformation for Leo. So maybe there's a connection for you with Leo as well. And I often get that, Virgo. So maybe there's like a couple of you that are here listening to this that has a strong connection to Leo, or you have Leo in your chart. and that's just coming out over and over again because you have multiple, like you have placements in both Virgo and Leo. A fork in the road. There's a choice to be made here. What else do we have for Virgo, please? For the month of November. Yin. I have this. The Yin card is, I'm not going to joke about it today. I always say it's about drinking a lot of alcohol. The Yin card is about, so it's not the same. This is interesting. Okay, so if we have this like underneath, like imagining things, wishing for things, wanting things to fall into place, like whatever this is for you, working on those skills, like really working on those skills to manifest what it is that you want, to materialize into your world what it is that you want, that it might look like like I said in the beginning, like don't push for anything unless it's inspired. When you start to push for things, when you start to make things happen without the call, or without, like, if you have a box in front of you, you can easily push that box. But if the box is not there, what is it that you're pushing? And so, like, it's important to understand, like, the imagining part is such a big part of the creative process, to just imagine things fall into place. And it seems like right now you're in the situation with this Yin card that we need to not push for things, but rather allow them to fall into place. It doesn't mean that you're not participating. It doesn't mean that you're not involved in the process. You could be so involved that you've ever been, but it's all like in your mind. It's all in your imagination. And it's asking you to sort of consciously just allow for it to take place, or consciously allow for it to make progress. And you'll feel when it's time to make that move, or make that action. Take that action. And maybe that is what the fork in the road is about. We're going to see. Okay. Clarifying these cards that are already here, please. What do we have for Virgo? You know, that's one of the biggest things, like to just really trust the process, to trust that when you're asking for something, you're not asking in the wrong way. You're not asking and not deserving. You're not asking and that's going to happen when you sort of cross over to the other side. It's nothing of that. It's just trusting the timing of things. If you ask, the universe knows. And when it's supposed to happen, it will. It really will. The wheel of fortune. Wheel of Fortune number 10. We have 5 of Gabriel, the puzzle piece falling into place. And we have 8 of Rapha. I love this. That there's something better. Like you need to cross that bridge. There's something better on the other side of that. We're just going to get a couple more cards and then really get into the message. Explaining for Virgo, going deeper for Virgo. Prosperity begins. I love this for you. Prosperity begins. I just have to say, if there's someone who just started to cook, like make food or something, I do not know what that smell is. I would say that the closest thing that I can find is blodpudding in Swedish, and I don't even know what that is in English. It's definitely homemade. Well, it's not homemade, but like it's not takeout. Someone is cooking food, and you're probably just sort of not watching the cards, but you're listening to this you're listening to this reading. How dare you to not watch? there's something for you in this reading. It's like it's asking you to really pay attention. If someone just started to make dinner, like you're making, you didn't, it's not, oh yeah, I made dinner yesterday, or I just came home with takeout. No, that's not you. It's for you who just started to make dinner, okay? And the closest that I can get in the smell is blodpudding in Swedish. It smells really good. People might not like blodpudding, but it smells really good. Okay, anyway. Supposed to have another card here. Virgo. Wow. Tower. Disruption, number 16. Quick and sudden changes. Let's see where that fits in. Tea break. Okay, guys. We have a fork in the road and we have yin. There's transformation going on there. I just feel like there's a situation where Virgo is just growing and growing and growing. Like there's more and more awareness around you, of you, like an understanding. There's an understanding going on there for Virgo. Like you're just deepening your own awareness, like as we go, just hour by hour. It feels like there's mini awakenings every single. You're just on this beautiful path where you just, yeah, there's a huge awareness around you. I can understand that. Just feeling grateful for everything you already have and just coming into that creative power. It's putting you at a crossroads. We have a fork in the road here. And I just feel like at some point you have to decide. Well, I'm trying to find a good analogy here. Please help me. Okay, so let's say you're like for the most part of your life, the majority of your life, you've lived in a certain pattern. You've lived in a certain way. It doesn't mean you haven't gone places. It doesn't mean you haven't met different people. It doesn't mean any of that. You might have done that, but it's like a similarity. There's a similar energy to you. And at some stage, you sort of, this fork in the road might come across as you have a different, like should I go with that company right now, or should I go with this company? Should I take this opportunity or that opportunity? It might come across as that, like, because you might project it as that is the thing to choose from. But underneath it all, it's all about you. You just right now have to decide. Okay, I'm going to give you an analogy here that just came to my mind about myself. Many years ago, I was in the music industry and I was writing songs and I was singing myself, I was recording myself, and in came this opportunity. I was recording with this producer, and he was also writing a lot of music with a lot of other people, flying in from all over the world and having these sessions, like coming together, like in a group of like 5 or 6 people, and just sitting down and like brainstorming and writing all these beautiful songs for very, very famous people, very, very well-known artists. And I got an invite to be a part of one of those groups. So my producer said, I think you should come along and just write a song with us. And I felt in my body, that this was going to be life-changing. It was going to alter, it was going to change things for me. And guess what I did? I said no. No, thank you. I think I'm a little bit busy that weekend. I have things to do. I need to vacuum. I become a little bit German when I have to joke about that. I don't feel like I missed out on anything, because I now understand that, opportunities never die. There's always another chance and always another chance. A couple of years after that, I really beat up myself for not sort of jumping on that bandwagon, if you will, to jump on that train. There's something to this. Do you understand where I'm coming from? There's something you, it might like in that instance, it looked like, okay, here's an opportunity. Do I jump on this opportunity? Like, do I say yes to this, or do I say no to this? Do I just continue with my own music, or do I like now become part of this bigger group writing for other people? So that it looks like it's a choice. It looks like I have like different things to choose from. But the real decision was, okay, do I want to stay in a similar lane? Do I want to stay in a similar energy that I have had up until this point? Or am I now accelerating? Am I now like catalyzing myself into this next, like a next level, a new way of living, just a new platform altogether, energy-wise? There's a choice here, Virgo. As we speak, I feel like you're choosing to either rise to the occasion of who you are. That's a good expression. Either you rise to the occasion of who you are, or you stay in the familiar lane. Nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with staying in the very familiar lane. That's something you need to decide, okay? We have, though, the Wheel of Fortune, 5 of Gabriel, and 8 of Rapha coming out as clarifiers for that very, like the fork in the road. So we have 13 is a transformation. All of these three is talking about, so if we start with the Wheel of Fortune, number 10, it's a completion here. So it very much speaks to the fact that whatever you're in, you reached your full potential. Whatever situation, like you can only go so far. So if this is you like having your own business, you're maybe like one woman show, one man show. You're in a situation where like we peaked in this very situation, and now you need to sort of join forces with other people to grow, or you might want to bring on people, like bring them on board to your business. Something needs to shift here to change up the gear and get into the next plane, because with the 10 there, it's like you reached your full potential. So even though it's saying like this is a choice, it feels like the choice is okay, we're actually done with the first part. There's a second part here now where you get to switch it up. And I don't care what age you are. I don't care what talent you have. I don't care what... okay, so that's a huge one, the talent. Okay, so I'm just going to tell you another story, actually also about a musician. And I know that I'm probably getting 2/3 of the Swedish people against me as I say this. But we have, I'm not going to name names. I'm not going to name names. But there is a singer, a Swedish singer. In my opinion, I just don't like his music. It's just not my kind of cup of tea. And when he started out, and still today, he can't sing. And there would be so many people arguing with me saying, "Oh, what are you talking?" Of course, like and he draws a crowd of like probably our biggest. I think he draws like 60,000 people. I think the biggest venue here in Sweden is like 60,000 people, 60 or 70,000 people, at one state, like at one time, and sold out every single time, you know. And I'm like, what, really? Thank God there's an audience for every person's dream. There's something with talent here, Virgo. You might think that you're not like capable. If there's anything I learned just from my own reference and my own experience and from coaching, helping probably in the thousands now, like thousands of people. If you have a wish, if you have a wanting, if there's a calling, if there's like I wish I could have been how fun would it be to be part of that? Or how fun would it be to create that? Or how exciting would it be to, how exciting would it be to sing with Celine Dion? I don't know why I'm saying that. It's a lot of singing and music and artists. So maybe there's someone really on that path right now when it comes to music and, you know, but, you know, obviously this is for everyone and it's for everything. But then you go, but I can't sing. So then you shut down that dream. It's just not true. Well, in some cases it is true, but it doesn't mean you can't do it anyway. Like our Swedish little friend who's drawing the biggest crowd you ever saw. He's so passionate. I give him that. I give him 100% for his passion of music and for his writing. He writes beautiful music, but the guy can't sing. It doesn't matter if the talent is there or not. If you have a passion here, go for it. The Wheel of Fortune is there to help you. It's saying like, okay, so we completed what we've done up until this point. There's a next level here now, and the Wheel of Fortune is even here to say it's starting to pick up momentum in this new phase, in this new place. Because what happens when you're not all that satisfied with what you're coming from, you start asking for more and asking for a difference, asking for a change, you might not even know what you've added into that pile of change, but as you start to just even lean in that direction, the wheel is starting to pick up pace, okay? And then we have Five of Gabriel, which is waiting for the puzzle piece to fall into place. And this might be that you think that there's an obstacle. You think that, well, like I can't sing, or like I can't do that, or I'm too old for that, or I'll never do that, or that won't happen. I need so much more time, or I need so much more talent, I need so much more money, I need like whatever excuse that we use. Like you think that there's an obstacle here, but actually you're just sort of waiting for if you just allow, if you have a wish and you sort of just hold to the wish, the imaginary part of this, like you just hold to the wish, it is going to fall into place. It doesn't fall into place by you pushing it into place unless there's inspiration there showing you to take action. You just sit back and relax and enjoy the ride to this. You allow it to fall into place. You allow the puzzle piece to just find it, okay? And then we have Eight of Raphael. So it's again sort of saying, yeah, it is a choice, but it doesn't really feel like a choice. It sort of is already chosen for you, or you have already chosen. Eight of Raphael is talking about like there's something better there for you. It's something like you've outgrown the situation that you're in. The potential for growth where you're at has reached its peak. And if you just cross over, and I love that word, I keep saying it, attraversiamo, like cross over to the other side, that there's something way better waiting for you there. And I think you even know what's waiting. We have the prosperity begins. It's like, okay. So the number one here, brand new beginning, new energy, new start, prosperity begins. To me, I just feel like this is something you nurtured for quite a while. It's like you have this seed. I love this. I heard it like in a short video on YouTube the other day. I think it was just a commercial for a morning show or whatever. And I heard this guy say, weeds just grow everywhere. You don't have to plant anything. They just grow everywhere, right? But if you want to have something in particular, like something special, you have to put the seed down for it. You really have to plant the seed for what it is that you want. And I feel like whether you've done that literally, probably more so in like because we have the imaginary, like probably more so in the imagination here. You put the seed down. There's a seed that has been growing inside of you. I'm not talking about being pregnant, but it's a very good analogy. Like there's a seed that has been growing inside of you and is getting very fertile. Like it's getting really ready. It's getting really ripe. It's the right time. It's the right timing. It's right all around. and you nurtured it, and you've taken care of it, and you might even have like not even thought of it for like years and years, because you have even put it like on a, this is a utopia, like this will just never happen because it's not in the cards for you. But guess what? It's in the cards for you because it's right there. Prosperity begins. And now when I look at the disruption card, the Tower card, it's like, look at this guy. He's just feeling very restrained. Do you see his arms there? Like his arms are very restrained. Like he can't move. He feels very trapped. It's like something is waiting to burst, or something is waiting to explode a little bit. And someone's starting to feel really, really trapped or really locked in the situation that you're in. And 16 is all about sudden shift and sudden changes. So I feel like for some Virgos, this is like a situation where, and I always recommend, don't wait until you explode to make this shift, or don't wait to, you know, was it good? Was it right for me? The opportunity came for me to write with all these people. And, you know, you would, I mean, later on, if I told people who those guys were sitting in that sort of little workshop, writing that music, and for what people it was, like for what singers and artists it was, is like, it will just blow your mind. And was it wrong of me to say no? I think no. First off, because I said no, it was the right thing to do. I can't argue with that. And secondly, I wasn't brave enough. I didn't have the confidence enough. Like I felt like I was so out of a fish out of water. Like I was so in the wrong place, because it just felt like, oh my God, the names in there. And then little old me, I don't even know what to do here. And I just wasn't ready. And I'm not saying it can't happen again, like where are we, like 20 years later? It's crazy. 20 years later, that it can't happen again, because it very much could. If the question came today, I'd probably say yes, because the confidence is there now. My self-worth is there now. What do I have to bring to the table? I have a lot of things to bring to the table, you know? And so there's something here that maybe you don't have to take 20 years to do something, but if you're being pushed into a situation, but like if you so want a particular situation, to go in that direction before the explosion happens, before you being almost forced into that place where you were eventually going to go anyway. Does that make sense? Don't wait for the tower to happen to you. Be the tower yourself, and move things around yourself if you feel ready. And this reading is saying very much that you are. Okay. Final advice here for Virgo, please, for the month of November. Final advice. Virgo. Final message. Solitude and the Tower. So make the change yourself. Write a new chapter. Like, look at this. So we have one side that is already having, like, it's already written, and the other side is completely, it's a blank page. You get to decide now. Like, go within. Spend time alone. Spend time in solitude. Decide really what it is that you want, and start to write your new story. Be the tower. How fitting is that? I can't like make that up. How fitting is that the tower is sitting right like behind you? It's like you are the tower. Be the tower, and be the change. Like, it's such a cliche that we hear, like, be the change, but in this situation, be the tower. Make the change yourself. That's what I have for you, beautiful Virgo. I hope this is uplifting and helpful in guiding you the right direction. I want to say that I do offer personal readings. If you're interested in one, please read about it in the description box down below. There's a lot of light here. Send me a message and we'll take it from there. Okay? Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching and listening. Bye, guys.